Hi, we're here with Dell looking at some of the new laptops they're going to introduce at Computex in Taipei that you're going to see on Dell's website in late May or early June. These are in the Inspiron line, and you're thinking, oh, Inspiron, that's for consumers. Couldn't possibly be anything exciting, right? Well, take a look at this Inspiron 15-7000 laptop. This is going to be announced. This is a high-end consumer laptop. You wouldn't believe what's in here. They're going to have up to an 8th generation Core i7 8750H processor in here. That is a fast processor. And they're going to offer up to an NVIDIA GTX 1660 GPU as well. That means that this consumer laptop can do any sort of multimedia content creation or gaming you would want. And look at this case. This is actually a magnesium alloy case.
Yeah, it's not bad looking.
It looks really nice, but it also makes it really light as well as really strong.
Yeah, pick it up.
Yeah, I'm going to pick it up for you. So look at this.
Dell
also doesn't want to skimp on the ports, even though this is a rather thin laptop. You've got USB-A there, and looks like a mini SD and a headphone jack. And if we turn it over this way, I'm going to close it briefly so you can just see how thin it is. Look at that. And yet you've still got room for, this is a Thunderbolt 3. There are actually two Thunderbolt 3 ports on this, plus full HDMI and looks like a USB-A. I'm looking kind of sideways. You're going to have to correct me on that.
Two of them, yep.
Two of them.
And then the typical charger.
Yes, and then you have a barrel charger, but of course with the Thunderbolt 3 ports you can also charge off of the USB-C. But look how thin and light this is. I'm just going to spin it like this. Look at that. You can see the exhaust ports on the back. They also built some exhaust ports into the hinge. That's because even though we all want thin and light laptops, the problem when they get thin is that they're harder to exhaust all the heat. And if you have a full GPU in there, plus an 8750H CPU, you're going to need to cool this puppy.
Also, there's a integrated
There's an integrated fingerprint
power
reader here. There is also a camera, but it's a super thin one. Right at the top there's this little itty-bitty skinny module. So you don't have to have the camera down here where people can look at your chin or your nose hairs. Two other cool features on the Inspiron 15-7000. You have two different battery options, a 56 watt hour and a 97 watt hour battery. So 56 watt hour, you know, pretty standard size, that'll be fine. But wow, if you really just want this thing to go on and on and on, 97 watt hours will see you through. You also have the option of up to dual M.2 SSDs. That is a lot of storage, really fast storage. Obviously that's not going to be available at the base price, but having that option in a consumer laptop is amazing. These are going to start at $999. I'm sure that the H-Parts GTX 1660 is going to cost a little bit more than that. But what's really cool is that even at $999, you're getting this beautiful mag alloy case, the lightness and the thinness, and the connectivity.
Nice. What if somebody wants something a little smaller?
If you want something a little smaller, maybe something looks a little bit more like a MacBook Air, you might want to look at this Dell Inspiron 13-5000. This is a 13-inch display laptop. It's got an all aluminum case. Look at how thin the bezel is. It's got that thin camera too.
Yeah, this almost looks like an XPS.
It does. It looks like a lot like an XPS as well. If you turn it over, you can see how thin it is, and yet they still built in a USB-A port, plus that looks like a headphone port. And you can see some exhaust ports here. Again, very important on a thin and light to have those exhaust ports. And then on this side, you have mini SD, USB-C, and you still get full HDMI.
Full HDMI.
Yeah, which is missing on my work laptop and is a constant irritation. And then you have your power port. So when the Inspiron 13-5000 ships late May, early June, it'll have a starting price of $549 for the non-LTE version and about $700 for the LTE version. For the people who want something they can just drop into their bag, maybe you're not going to feel it's there, this is less than 3 pounds, and it's really lovely.
It's even got those chamfered edges.
It's got the chamfered edges, and we're looking at the all aluminum case. There is an LTE model that's going to have a slightly different case makeup, but you're still getting, you know, just this really thin, light, portable laptop that you can take anywhere with you. And that too is going to be available late May, early June.